So lesson 10 deals with content panels. And what these are, they are tabbed panels and accordion panels. And they're often used for menus. So if you don't like the interface you have for your game, you will actually be able to change it to one of these panels. And then you can use that as not only the interface for your game, but to complete one of the exercises this week. Uh, so the reading assignment is going to go over content and accordion panels. The key concepts go over um, accordion panels and content panels and how to create each in JavaScript and jQuery. Okay, so as you can imagine, a lot of interactive goodies in here for you guys. You can actually link out and check the code outside of this page. So if you wanted to kind of isolate the code that I used, here it is. Okay, and you can just right click, view page source. Here's my code down there. Okay, and you want to see a horizontal version because this is vertical. I've got a link out to the horizontal version and a video that explains the code. Okay, and then we kind of go through the code here as well. Okay, so first we talk about how to do this in JavaScript. And as we know, JavaScript is more detailed. jQuery is more abstract. So once we cover how to do this in JavaScript, we take a closer look at jQuery, where a lot of the operations are hidden because they're wrapped in jQuery code. So we are going to then look at how you would create a similar panel using jQuery. And again, I've got link outs and a video that explains it to you. And I've got the textbook example plus some examples that I created. And then there is another version of jQuery, which is the UI. And this actually is even more abstract. So the jQuery UI, you will see it has very little code to create the accordion menu. And I have an example here how that would look. But you can see the UI is even more abstract, but it does have a lot of kind of neat little features in it. Okay, and so there are a lot of different color schemes that you can use that are part of the jQuery UI. And the color scheme is in the link. Okay, so here is the color scheme. It's right after the word themes. And so you can see all of the different color schemes that they have. And if you wanted to take a closer look, I do have a link here. And this is for your own. So we'd want to go into gallery where now you can see the actual schemes. So click on these, you can kind of get a feel for what they look like. And if you find one that you like, just remember that the name of the theme goes here. Once we finish with our accordion panels, we get into tabbed panels, which look a little bit different. So as the name would imply, we have tabs. Right? So how to do them in JavaScript, and then we go through how to do them in jQuery. And then how to use the jQuery UI. Okay, and in addition to doing accordion panels and tabbed panels, we get into modal windows and a couple of different slideshow features. So this is something I usually cover in 2 different days, just because this is a lot. So typically in live stream or on campus, I stop at this point. And then the next session, we pick up with modal windows. And I know you guys have seen these all over the place. So I thought it would be fun to see an example. This is a modal window. When it pops up and you see a little X to close it, you are typically in a modal window. All right, and so that's one example. Get out of some of these. I think here's another one. This is from the textbook publisher. I can remember where I thought it was on this. Yeah, this little heart gives you a modal. And I also created some modal windows. And then here is a how-to at W3 Schools. If you want to see what their modal looks like. Okay, very typical modal. And you can see the code that was used to create that one. And so we go through how to create this in JavaScript. And I've got some examples and explanation of the code. How to do this in jQuery. Okay, example and explanation of the code. And then let's see. Once we get through with modals, we get into photo viewers, and there are a couple different photo viewers. Uh, there is, and this one is done in jQuery. This is from the book. And so these little thumbnails take you to different images, and this is mine. And so I've got a video explaining the code. Okay, but you can see I've got these thumbnails, and the active one is going to be kind of grayed out. Okay, and then we walk through the code so you know what it's doing. Responsive slider is another type of photo viewer. And this is automatically going to slide to the next graphic. And you can see which graphic it's on because it's kind of highlighted, but you can actually click these buttons and change the order. So you will learn how to create that as well. Okay, and then I've got a lot of jQuery references down here. Okay, so that is our kind of our menu modal and slider lecture. Uh, the assignment is going to involve creating a page using panels. So you can either do accordion or tapped, and I've got links out to all the examples and then links to those videos that go over the code. And then you're also going to create a page using the jQuery UI, and that should be a quick and easy one for you guys. And I've got a couple links to examples there. You are going to create a modal window, and I've got the links to the examples here. And then finally, you will either do the photo viewer, which had the thumbnails that you click on, or you'll do the responsive slider. And again, I have link outs to those. Okay. And if you would like to redo your interface using the accordion or the tabbed panel or the jQuery UI, that's fine. You can actually do that and submit it as exercise 1 or exercise 2. Okay, so you can kind of double dip there. And if you're happy with your UI, then I would just leave it alone. But this does give you a little option. Okay, so that is the assignment. And you should be working on milestone 2, which is due after spring break. Okay, so I would probably try to get that done before spring break because this is our last week before spring break. The next week is spring break. And so we do have our assignment due before you guys go on spring break, but the milestone is due after spring break. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great break and let me know if you run into any problems or have questions about lesson 10.